Good morning, Year 1. Happy Monday. Today is the start of week 2 of the Little Red Hen. It is our innovation week, which means we get to start writing the story, but we also get to start changing parts of the Little Red Hen. First, I need your help for our do. Now, we need to edit the sentence together. First, let's read it all together. One sunny spring morning, there was a little red hen who lived on a large farm. Using your writing checklist, you are going to spot the 3 mistakes in my sentence. You are going to pause the video and you have 1 minute to spot those mistakes. Off you go. Did you spot those mistakes? Excellent. Let's go through our answers together. So first, using our writing checklist, we are going to look for capital letters. Do we have our capital letter in the sentence? No, we don't. Excellent spot. What letter needs to be a capital letter in 1? Which letter needs to be a capital letter? Fantastic. Our O needs to be a capital letter. Notice the difference in size. Our capital letter is nice and tall and bigger than the rest of our other letters. So we now have our capital letters. Next, we're going to check for full stops. Do we have a full stop in this sentence? No, we don't have a full stop. Where should a full stop go? Well done. A full stop needs to go at the end of your sentence. So should it go before or after farm? Well done. After farm. Is it going to float on the line? No, it's going to go on the line at the bottom, nice and small. Fantastic. We've got our full stop. Do we have finger spaces? Fantastic. Have we written on the line? Yes, we have. But there is one more mistake. I'll give you a hint. It's a spelling mistake. What have I spelt wrong in my sentence? Well done, you found it. I spelt was wrong. Now, was is a tricky red word. It sounds like was, but that's not how you spell it. Can you tell me how to spell was? Excellent. It's not a O, it is a. Well done for spelling that tricky red word. Today, we are going to be learning how to use our suffix ed to change a word in a sentence to the past tense. You'll be able to find words that end in ed. You'll be able to change the word's meaning by adding a suffix ed to the end. You'll know that a suffix is found at the end of a word, and you'll be able to use a suffix in your writing today. So the suffix is something we add to the end of a word and it changes its meaning. We can change words to the past tense by putting ed on the end of the word. Can we say ed? Ed. Fantastic. So here, my word asked has become asked by adding ed. Yell becomes yelled. Shout becomes shouted. So the words on the left are something that I did today, present tense. For example, I shout your name. But yesterday, I shouted your name. So when it's past tense, we add ed onto the end. Let's have a go at playing Miss Bainey's past tense game. So I will say a word and you have to make it into the past tense by adding our suffix ed. Let me show you an example. So it's Miss Bainey's go. Today I yell. Yesterday I then you would hopefully say yelled. Okay, I think we're ready. Today I shout. Yesterday I shouted. Well done. Today I demand. Yesterday I demanded. Well done. Today I shout. Yesterday I shouted. Well done. Today I cry. Yesterday I cried. Well done. Let's do one more. Today I plead. Yesterday I pleaded. Well done for adding the ed onto the end to make it into past tense. Fantastic. Now let's have a go at our talk task. Here we have our verbs, but we need to make them into past tense by adding our suffix ed. So we have ask, mutter, yell, shout, jump, plead, demand. So you guys have shown that you're excellent at saying the word and putting it past tense, but now we're going to have a go at writing it. So make sure you've got a piece of paper to write down your answers. So I will go through the first example. Ask becomes asked. What two letters do we add? We add ed. So when I've written that down on a piece of paper, you are going to have a go at the other 6 examples. So you're going to write them down on a piece of paper and you are going to make those words into past tense. You are going to pause the video and you are going to have 3 minutes to complete those 6 examples. Off you go. Let's go through the answers. So our first word was mutter. So today I mutter. Yesterday I muttered. What 2 letters did you add? Excellent. ed. Give yourself a tick if you got that right. Today I yell. Yesterday I yelled. What 2 letters did you add? ed. Well done. Give yourself a tick if you got that correct. Today I shout. Yesterday I shouted. And we're going to add ed. Well done if you're getting these correct so far. Today I jump. Yesterday I jumped. What suffix did you add? ed. Well done. Today I plead. Yesterday I pleaded. Well done. Give yourself a tick if you added ed onto the end. Today I demand. Yesterday I demanded. Adding red. Well done if you got those 6 correct. When looking at past tense, we also know that we can use a past tense sentence opener for our story. So we use a variety of sentence openers in stories to make them more interesting. Often in traditional tales, this is done in the past tense, so that the reader knows that this story is not in the current time and that it happened a long time ago. So here, for example, a common past tense sentence opener we use is once upon a time. So today we are going to be changing our sentence starter. Rather than having one sunny spring morning, we are going to innovate. So we're going to change our sentence starter, making sure it's still in the past tense. Here are some examples Miss Bainey came up with. Once upon a time, a long time ago, in a faraway land. So those are my 3 examples. So I'm going to show you how to write down your notes. So here I have sentence starters. I've put that in the middle to help me remember what these are. Now I'm going to write 3 around them. So I like once upon a time. So I'm going to write that down. I'm also going to write down in a far away land, and I need to think of one more. I'm going to write a long time ago. Notice how I've put a capital letter for all of them, and I have just written them all down my sentence starters. So that is what you are going to do as well. I'm going to ask you on your piece of paper, can you write down 3 sentence starters? You don't have to pick the ones Miss Bainey done. I know you can think of much better sentence openers. So you're going to pause the video and you have 3 minutes to write 3 sentence openers on your piece of paper. Off you go. Have you written your 3 sentence starters? Are they in the past tense? Well done. Can you tell me one of your sentence starters? Excellent. We are also innovating, so changing the adjective we use to describe the farm. So in our story of the Little Red Hen, we said it was a large farm. Now, large is a great adjective, but we can think of something more interesting. Rather than just using one adjective, we are going to have 2 adjectives to describe our farm. Here are some of Miss Bainey's ideas. Quiet small farm, noisy large farm, beautiful grain farm, charming and peaceful farm. So here are some of my ideas. So now on to describing our farm. I've also put as number 2 Little Red Hen just to help me spell it later on. But number 3 is our farm, so I wrote and I drew a little farm just so I can remember what it is. And now I'm going to write my adjectives to describe my farm. So I'm going to use a different colour pen. You don't have to, but it just helps me having everything in a different colour pen. So I am going to write a quiet, small farm. I like to write a beautiful grain farm, and I'm going to write one more, a charming and peaceful farm. So I've written down my 3 ideas to describe my farm. Now, I would like you to create your own. You can magpie some of my ideas if you like the word, for example, small or beautiful or peaceful. But I want you to come up with at least 3 different ideas. So making sure there are 2 adjectives to describe your farm, and I want at least 3 of those. So you are going to pause the video and you have 3 minutes to write your 3 ideas for your farm, making sure you are including 2 adjectives. Off you go. Did you write down your adjectives? Fantastic. Can you tell me 2 of your adjectives you have written down? Amazing. Those are great adjectives. So today we're writing the beginning of our story. So in the beginning, we are introduced to the character, the main character, and we find out where they live. So let's go through our actions and our words for our beginning. Ready with our capital letter? One sunny spring morning, there was a little red hen who lived on a large farm. Well done for remembering your full stop at the end. Now Miss Bainey is going to have a go at writing her beginning. I'm going to use my story map to help me, and I'm going to use all the vocabulary I have written down throughout this lesson.
I have written my date, Monday the 1st of February 2021. Now I'm going to use my story map in front of me on my laptop, and I've also got my sheet of all my vocabulary. So here I have my sentence starters that I wrote early in the lesson. I also have my little red hen, and then I also have my adjectives for my farm. So those are the 3 things that you'll need to write your sentence starters, little red hen, and your 2 adjectives that describe your farm. So first, we need to start our sentence with a sentence starter. So I'm going to look back to my sheet. Which sentence starter would I like to pick? I'm going to pick once upon a time. And I get to copy that in my book, making sure I start with a capital letter. Capital O. Notice how much taller my capital letter is than the rest of my letters. Once, finger space, on a time. Once upon a time. What comes next? Once upon a time, there was. There was. Now was is a tricky red word. We need to know the spelling to this because we can't sound it out. Was. There was a. What character is living there? My little red hen. I've got my spelling here of little, red and hen, which I can copy. Little. Now when you finish the line, you go on to the next line. There was a little red hen. Once upon a time, there was a little red hen who we'd have our 2 letters that make a sound. Who lived. Now if it's past tense, what 2 letters am I going to have at the end? Fantastic. E-D. Who lived on a. Now this is where I get to pick my 2 adjectives to describe my farm. Here I have beautiful grain farm, quiet small farm, charming and peaceful farm. I'm going to pick lived on a beautiful grain farm. So I've done that one as well. And now I'm going to circle these adjectives. And I get to copy those spellings. Lived on a beautiful grain farm. I'll start the car. Once upon a time, there was a little red hen who lived on a beautiful grain farm. Now that's all you have to write, but I'm going to add some extra detail in. Who lived on a beautiful grain farm with lots of other better letter animals. What do I need at the end of my sentence? Fantastic, I need a full stop. Let's read my sentence to make sure it makes sense. Once upon a time, there was a little red hen who lived on a beautiful grain farm with lots of other animals. Using my writing checklist, I've got a capital letter, full stop, finger spaces, and I have written on the line. I have used my sentence starter, once upon a time. I have written about my character, which is the little red hen. I have also described my farm by writing beautiful and grain. And I challenged myself by writing extra detail with lots of other animals. That is my beginning.
Now it's your turn to write your beginning. Today we are changing our sentence starter and our adjectives to describe our farm, but everything else is going to stay the same. Making sure you're going to use your writing checklist once you have finished to check for capital letters, full stops, finger spaces, and making sure that you have written on the line. I would like you to pause the video now, and you are going to have 10 minutes to do your writing and then come back for your challenge. Well done for writing such a fantastic opening for your Little Red Hen story. Now that you have written your beginning, you are ready to do our challenge, which is you are going to practice 5 words that we will be using in our story. I want you to practice 1, there, was, who, and large. And lots of these are tricky red words that you cannot sound out. So you are going to pause the video and you are going to practice these spellings, and there's a super duper challenge. You are going to put these spellings into a sentence. I can't wait to see all your work on Seesaw today. Good luck.